Hi everyone, so today we're going to be taking a look at the Nevada 9th Democratic debate breakdown. So I have finished watching the Nevada debate a few hours ago, and so I wanted to take the time to actually take a look at who won, who lost, and some of the takeaways from that. So I haven't made, like in previous debates I've made, who won and who lost slides where I would actually, go through the winners and the losers, but I think my general commentary here should be enough to distinguish the losers from the winners and who just sort of stayed the same. So this 9th Democratic debate, it just got very, very real for the Democrats on that stage. It was by far the most feisty Democratic debate yet. It seemed every single question the candidates were going after each other, and they were going after each other hard, and some of the attacks seemed petty and small, like two candidates that I'm going to discuss here. But it's going to be interesting. So I have five main takeaways here. One for each of the candidates who are on the stage. I've combined two candidates into one category though. But top line, I would say the biggest takeaway of the night is that Michael Bloomberg totally bombed out. He was unable to take the heat from his opponents, his Democratic rivals, and he just seemed like he was not able to absorb incoming. He pretty much, every single time he talked, it was pretty much responding to an attack, and most of the time he didn't really respond. He seemed to try and stay above the fray, in that he would just talk about his electability. But Michael Bloomberg definitely, sorry about that, definitely not a great debate for him, not a good start to his debating, I guess, season. He was not able to take incoming from his Democratic rivals. And I think there was quite a few questions where Elizabeth Warren attacked him, Bernie Sanders attacked him, Joe Biden attacked him, Amy Klobuchar attacked him to a lesser extent. Every single candidate was able to smash down Bloomberg. So, I'd say Warren was the most aggressive in her confrontations with Michael Bloomberg, but pretty much all the candidates were able to get in a few shots at the former New York City mayor. He was not able to take that heat. So yeah, Michael Bloomberg, it's pretty much the equivalent of Joe Biden's first debate performance. If people remember Joe Biden at the first debate, he took a lot of incoming. It was when Harris went after him. It was when Booker went after him. He was very sort of tired and sleepy. He did not do well. And I think Bloomberg at the 9th debate is the equivalent of Joe Biden at the first Democratic debate. So Michael Bloomberg bombing out after his first debate performance. Sorry about that. This is just my thumbnail slides that I've added onto here. So this was my previous video, Super Tuesday, Bloomberg versus Sanders. Anyway, second headline, Warren. Goodness me, what a debate, what a comeback from Senator Elizabeth Warren. She went on the attack. She called out pretty much every one of her Democratic rivals, I think, except Sanders, but she also took some inside shots at him as well. But she went after her opponents in a very, very hard way. Elizabeth Warren, she went after Pete Buttigieg on his healthcare plan, and I believe his healthcare plan, and his billionaire donors. She went after Warren on her healthcare plan. She went after Joe Biden, I believe. I believe she went after him. I forget what it was. There was a moment where Warren turned to Biden, and then and she asked him like a question, but then they cut to commercial break. So, anyway, so Warren went after Biden. However, her main primary competitor was definitely Michael Bloomberg. Bloomberg was at the center of Warren's attention for most of the night. She went after him hard on many issues on uh, election funding. She went after him on the non-disclosure agreements he had with several women who worked at his company. Many different topics. Warren went after Bloomberg. This was by far Elizabeth Warren's best debate yet. I would say she was able to effectively draw distinctions with all of her rivals. She made clear tonight that she's no longer friends with anyone on that stage. There were rumors that, early in the campaign, her and Bernie were working together. Clearly not the case. There were rumors more recently, Klobuchar and Warren, maybe they're having a ticket. Not happening. Biden and Warren, maybe they're teaming up. No, not happening. And definitely not Warren and Bloomberg teaming up. There were also, rumors Warren Buttigieg, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, Warren, very aggressive, very feisty. I mean, she really had to do all she did tonight because she had to take massive risks in order to have a valid reason to maintain. If she just gave her stump speeches like in the February New Hampshire debate, then I would really write Warren off in this race. But she was definitely, I would say, the big winner of the night. In terms of beating all the other candidates in this debate. Her fundraising, I think she got a bit of a boost in fundraising as well after the debate. But Elizabeth Warren, another big story out of this Nevada debate. She was effectively able to draw sharp contrast with her Democratic rivals, and made clear that she's not dropping out any time soon. Okay, so Warren the aggressor. Next takeaway. Buttigieg and Klobuchar, the two moderates there, sniping at one another and really tearing each other down, knifing each other more than they were able to build a positive case for themselves. When you go on the attack, you need to not only draw distinctions with your rivals, you also need to explain why you are actually better than them and why you actually present a positive case for yourself. Don't just go negative on your rivals. Buttigieg and Klobuchar did not really do that, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting. But I would say Buttigieg and Klobuchar, I would say I wouldn't be surprised if both of their polling came down because of the attacks by the other. Buttigieg going after Klobuchar on how she couldn't remember the name of the Mexican president, Elizabeth Warren. Klobuchar then jumping in, saying, going on about Buttigieg's electability. Then Warren piles on Buttigieg, and then, it's just very, very interesting. Then Buttigieg able to effectively fight back, then Warren sort of leaving Klobuchar hanging, but it was a very interesting debate to actually take a look at. So yeah, Warren the aggressor, Buttigieg and Klobuchar sniping. Klobuchar also went after Buttigieg on his electability. It's just clear, personally, they do not like each other, Buttigieg and Klobuchar. Personally, they really don't seem to like each other, and having them next to each other on the stage was also something that added to that level. Sorry about that. Sanders, just cruising along there at the top. Buttigieg took some shots in at Sanders. I think that Sanders was able to effectively shut him down, taking some shots at Mayor Bloomberg. Again, I thought that Sanders was able to effectively present a positive case for himself. And Sanders, I mean, overall, I just thought that he just went along cruising in this debate. And again, one of Biden's best debate performances, I would say. That this is probably one of his best debates. He was able to effectively draw contrast with his moderate rivals. It was a bit weird in his closing statement. He went after Sanders, but the moderators sort of effectively shut him down on that. So it's going to be interesting to see how. It seemed a bit rude to go after him in the closing statement. In the closing statement, you're not really meant to attack your rivals. You're meant to just pretty much give your stump speech, but because they're not really going to give people time to respond and get into a debate with each other. But I think that that was pretty poorly handled by the former vice president, and again, one of Biden's best debates. Polling takeaways: Buttigieg and Klobuchar, I think, knife each other out, and pretty much they will soon become irrelevant in this primary. Elizabeth Warren, we may see a resurge. If she can get second in Nevada, maybe we can see some kind of resurge nationally. Bloomberg, I would say his momentum has been blunted. It's going to be interesting to see if he slides in the polls or if he just sort of stabilizes. I think he definitely won't keep rising. And then Sanders and Biden maintain their levels of support, which is fine for Sanders. Biden needed a good debate. I thought he may have got that, but maybe he'll sort of, in that right now he's absolutely drowning, but maybe he'll be able to sort of stabilize where he is right now with this debate. But I don't think we'll see much of a Biden improvement anytime soon. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in